Hi, welcome to Mr. Otter Studio. My name's McCall and welcome to part 4 of writing and illustrating a children's book. So part 3 was making a dummy book, and you should have done that last week. So this is my dummy book. It's the size my final book will be, and with the text and the placement of my images about where I want it to be. So hopefully you had time to do that. I don't know how much of this you can see, but I just taped mine together. Some people get really fancy with these dummy books and make it look like a real book. But for me, this is just a rough draft. This isn't something I would show a place that was publishing it or anything like that. It's basically just for me to see how the flow works and what illustrations I need. Then I also asked you to do 2 to 3 final illustrations for your book. And here are some that I did. So I was just trying to figure out the best way my cover should look. I really like that one, but there's something really fun about this one where he's running away with his leash, but I don't love the color. So my illustrations are not quite final, but I love this bright red with the dog in the center. So I think that this will be the color that I use in my book. And also this green. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this very close, but I need to still edit my pictures. So these aren't very final, but they were just some ideas. So now before you spend any more time illustrating and getting the book ready, this is like the big edit. In this step, you want to make sure that your text is right and the flow of your book is right. So I know that we did that on the storyboard portion and we've done that throughout this process, but this is really the most important time because this is before you're going to spend a lot of time on your illustrations. So this week, what you need to do is get your dummy book ready, and you need to ask 3 to 5 people to kind of go over your book, read it to them, have them look at your rough illustrations, and just get feedback. If you're writing it for children, maybe you could even get some feedback from some children depending on the ages that you're focusing on. Like, is it more for early readers? Is it more for just like a picture book for really young children? I have children, so I'm going to be asking them about it. Without color, I don't know if it'll be interesting enough for them to read. Maybe it will. I mean, if it's not, then I probably need to adjust it. Make sure your book is an adventure worth going on for you and the children that will be reading your book. And work on getting it right. So your text and your illustrations, where they are, what's in them this week. And if you do that and you still have time, you could keep working on illustrations. That's what I'm going to do. So we're on step number 4, which is seeking feedback. Just to give you kind of a heads up of what's to come. Step number 5 is going to be illustrating your book. So that's going to take more than a week, 2-3 weeks probably. And then the last thing is going to be arrange your artwork and your text and get it however you're going to format that for your book. It depends on who you're publishing it with. So you might want to start thinking about that right now. Price ranges vary. So you might want to look into that. That's what I'm going to be looking into this week also. So again, homework is to seek feedback from 3 to 5 people or more for your book, and make any edits you need to make with text or with where the images are before you start spending a lot of time on illustrations. And have a wonderful day.